special thanks to Sate sir for overlaying some of the broad contours of how benefits are looked at, and including you touched upon the take-home salary versus the difference between the overall CTC on a lighter side in terms of how to look at benefits. Maybe what I'll try to talk about in the next few minutes is in terms of how broadly um, do we look at benefits, and on a personal side, what all should we actually look at as the challenges which are right now, some solutions, and typically what to watch out for in the future in that ways. So clearly, when we look at COVID actually brought in a lot of changes, and to both the economy as well as to the business which is there. Talent obviously undoubtedly became even more a focus of the whole business heads, as well as CHROs continue to do that. Multiple trends which personally I saw during the last 18 months, which emerged even more. One, very clearly the business continuity, and in certain ways, Artiser also touched upon, if somebody closes doors, then what happens? So one, very clearly business continuity was one of the big things. Employee care came on the forefront, which was there. Cost savings another hit us, and then very strong positive sentiments around some of the things re-emerging as a V-shaped recovery, which everybody talks about. And lately, when we are reading about, and the students will also be reading about, there's a great resignation wave which has started to happen. Now, with all of this plurality, which is actually coming, and holistic approach to the talent, and more so on the benefits actually started to emerge. And companies started to focus much more on the benefits from driving engagement, hyper personalization, and meaningfully engagement with the talent across various life events which are there. And then automatically, whatever those group schemes to personal schemes, but very clear thing which started to emerge, and maybe a little drifting from the core thing, is one size is not fitting all approach which has started to emerge because of this. And within the company, we introduced a lot of policies and benefits which matter to the employees during the pandemic, and much before that we started actually thinking about it from a different aspect, that we were looking at a lot of flexi working, and maybe because of COVID it increased much more. But if we were to clearly look at some of the things which need to be washed about when we are looking at benefits, and something, one was understanding employee healthcare needs. Now this was very, very important topic, because one of the biggest area which needs alignment is the employee healthcare and the benefit packages around that which are actually being offered. How do we look at hyper personalization of those? While a broad scheme may actually have a GMC covered on the medical insurance, but how do you help people to actually look at within that to personally choose what is good for them and their families actually, which is there, including around the annual health diagnostic packages, which we actually help people with. We used to also go for in terms of a common annual diagnostic, but we also learned that because of different age groups, different life events, including different genders, you may require a very different kind of annual health checkups. While monetarily certain schemes are worked upon, but on the broad, can you give the flexibility of people choosing that? The second thing which is emerging big time on the benefits is actually being around the mental well-being or the mental health. Little time spent on that is around that understanding of health and well-being have shifted quite a lot in the recent years, from physical to even mental well-being. Now, while physical continues, and I think so, that was a core stepping stone which started with post-independence, and because of whether laws or not so much in terms of the government statute, but mental wellness has started to gain prominence over and above the physical. I won't say this is either or, this is over and above the physical well-being of people, which is there. And therefore, the cornerstone of how you're looking at the overall employee benefit strategy, if we were to look at it. And then many businesses today are providing their employees basis that is a very affordable and accessible framework for both therapy and as well as medications and counselings, which are confidential in nature, built as a part of the benefits for the employees, if we were to look at it. And very, very important, because this is where a big time movement will obviously be seen in the coming times. We introduced this much before COVID as an employee assistance program in 2019 itself, which was around very confidential way of how you can go for counselings, including in terms of various assessments which you can take at your own pace, around not only parental mental health, but maybe parental, many more life event changes which were there. Including another thing which we saw as a gap in the benefits was there's an increasing need for employees on remote doctor consultations and medical help. With a lot of employees being spread, and Professor Pandey, as you rightly touched upon, in terms of big workforce that is spread across India, and that too some of the times in towns where you may not have the best of the healthcare facilities. How can you provide a virtual help in terms of remote doctor consultation for people to take care of across India, which is there? And we opened the 24/7 doctor consultations initiatives where people can take both on call or otherwise on video some of these consultations which were there. This also helped employees for taking second opinions, which were there. A lot of times you get a particular opinion, but you want a second opinion on something. You want access to certain specialists. Including, we extended this benefit to the employees' dependents, family members also. And especially a lot of times these days, and even earlier also, employees don't stay with their parents, and especially with a lot of big cities coming up and people coming from other corners of India into them. A lot of times parents are staying in a different place vis-a-vis the employees. And therefore, to get them the right consultations, even though you are sitting in a different city, this proved as a miracle actually, which is there for all of us. And some of these initiatives which were around this pandemic actually, also which we additionally took was around the medical expenses of employees who are suffering from COVID. We had a without limit top-up covers over and above the sum insured, which we provided as the GMC for people, which is a medical insurance, which group medical insurance. And this top-up cover started to trigger over and above once you actually had the normal GMC actually covered. Under the home isolation, we also saw that around 94% of the people actually were into home isolation rather than actually into hospitals. And therefore, how to help? We had obviously a program designed with a kit to come at homes, which were around obviously some of the OTC drugs to in terms of sanitizers, mask, and everything at home, BP meter, your other SpO2 measuring meter. But we also had for their own home isolation claims around 20,000 bucks, which were signed off, which people can actually use about it. And unlimited COVID leaves over and above as benefits, not a part of any kitty of sick or casual leaves or earned leaves, but over and above that, which is there. And we launched a vaccination drives actually across, and we had a tie-up with Serum Institute also. And across 35 plus cities, we had our own drives for our employees, which were there. And very happy to share, we have more than 98% of the people at least having a single dose covered, which is very high from a corporate standards if we were to look at it, because, and including for the dependents and the family members fully in that ways. Alongside, we also had, in terms of seeing that there is a big impact because COVID doesn't go some of the times without leaving marks on some people, actually leading to a demise in that way, some of the employees. So for the families, we had built up a family assistance program as a benefit. Now, this is actually an unfortunate event where employee demise actually occurs because of COVID-19. We said that there is a fixed ex gratia, support for 24 months and could range up to 1 crore, which is their education expenses for the family for kids up till graduation, which was there. This was a heavy, obviously, lift along with it, which is there. Medical insurance to continue for the family for 5 years post the demise also, which is there. Even if they didn't have it earlier, we would provide it actually in that way. But these are something over and above. And last but not the least, a little softer aspects is we launch actually an app which is very built around the whole concept of saying hyper personalization, that all of us learn in a different way. Some of us in colleges with a peer-to-peer learning, some of us like right now like a audio visual, and we are learning through somebody speaking and hearing about other views. And similarly, like TED, we hear about some other people, some reading through artifacts which come through articles, whether in newspapers or reading through some of the big fours or Harvards or Ivy Leagues or in India IIMs or anything. So we tied up with all of them, created an app for learning, which is a very similar concept like a Netflix and Amazon. And as you search and you have a certain persona on the back end, you can go through with a very relevant curated content which helps you and throws to you in terms of what you can learn more than what you're doing right now. And therefore, matching what ambitions of people are with the care. So, one bit is the pure benefits which are linked to the monetary side. The other side is actually on the non monetary side, where you help people to fulfill their ambitions. And as an organization, how do you go with the care? Having said so, to summarize in terms of the future, um, uh, we will see a lot of these changes are here to stay, whether in terms of some of the flexi working, working from anywhere, or new models of employment, which may even have a lot of gigs coming in, which will start to happen. And therefore, the whole relevance, see, benefits also need to be tied up with the ethos and culture of an organization to positively cement the care aspect of it and equally help in terms of fulfilling ambitions of those kind of people. And therefore, if we keep that whole ethos around it rightfully, is where the challenges will lie, because the whole concept of working is bound to change. The whole concept of actually employment models is changing. And therefore, with all of these part times to gigs in terms of employee age and gender changing to what's happening globally now becoming very easily people coming to know about it, is where you start to happen, and the benefits become actually engage around the whole life cycle of an employee. And therefore,
That's very
looking
well,
at
because
while
you
these changes will be big, we will need to continue with that. With that, I will take a pause and thanks with that and open to any
you have
questions.